see me mowing my front lawn. I know they're all thinking I'm so white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Can't you see I'm white and nerdy? Look at me, I'm white and nerdy. I wanna roll with the gangsters.
Hello and welcome to
Viral News Now.
I'm your host, Paul Savio,
I'm Eric, the other host.
and we're going to bring you what we think are some of today's most interesting viral news stories.
And today for story number 1, out of Cranton, Ohio, a man by the name of Robert T. Jenkins was arrested for, let's call it an expressional...
Distaste for Walmart?
No, let's call it an expressional release.
Okay. Well, what he did wasn't very pleasant, you see, for he,
Took a little bit of a number 1 on some steak.
yeah, this man, he decided to relieve himself on the meat counter at a Walmart in Ohio. And it makes me,
Wondered
Yeah.
where people
Right.
get the motivation to do things like this. Like,
Yeah, like, what possesses someone to take a piss on a bunch of steak?
I don't know, but the stereotype of Walmart's customer base just keeps getting classier.
Well, what can you do?
Anyway, Jenkins has been charged with a felony for vandalism and disorderly conduct, and you know what? Walmart probably just washed off the steaks and threw them back out.
Yeah, well, he pissed on $600 worth of steak. If they're gonna throw it out, it would be a waste. It would be safe.
I'm not sure it's a waste. I mean, that's pissed on steak.
I know it would be safe to throw them out, but think of it from their point of view. This guy pissed on our steak. Now we lost $600 worth of steak. Let's just wash it off and put it back in.
Anyways, no confirmation on what they did with the steak.
Yeah.
Story number 2 today comes out of Arlington, Texas, where a Little League baseball coach taught his players the lesson of stealing.
Yep. This man named George Spady Jr. Now, before we go on, I've got to notice a little comparison here.
George Bush Jr.?
Yes, exactly.
George Spady Jr.
Look at the fact that one was a fuck up, and this one is also a fuck up.
And let's tell him why he's a fuck up.
Yeah, you'll see right now.
Alright, so George was coming back from practice with his son, his nephew, and another teammate of the boys. Now, he passes by a vacant shop and decides to pull in. He then instructs his son to climb through the vent into the store, unlock it, so George, Sadie Jr., and the 3 boys can burglarize it.
Yeah.
Burglarize.
Burglarize?
Burglarize.
There you go.
Burglarize it.
They go into the store and they start taking armfuls, I guess, of light fixtures, of bolts, they said, and just packing them into Spady's car. And Spady supposedly got very nervous when he saw a van drive by. When you think of it, it's a van. Probably wasn't anything to get nervous about, but he still did, and that worried the kids because he started yelling at them to work faster.
So all in all, they get back, no one reports the crime, and he's home free, so he thinks. But his son, who's living with his stepdad and his biological mother, tells his stepdad that, hey, I did this with biological dad number 1, George. We robbed so-and-so store, and I feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Now,
Obviously, the stepdad didn't like this, so he reported the authorities. Cause like, what are you gonna do? Like, you're
you want to teach your stepkid a lesson that
Yeah.
his dad's getting a fuck up, and you don't necessarily want that being
No.
part of what he thinks is proper to do.
Yeah. So, in the end, the stepfather ended up calling the authorities, and Spady was arrested. He was caught, and he was put in jail for, I believe,
15 days.
15 days.
Which, I mean, comparatively is a slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
No word on whether he lost custody of his son, or shared custody, or whatever arrangement they had, but that's it for that story. Classy, I must say. I mean,
Yeah.
lots of nice stories today.
Yeah.
Alright, that's all for today's video.
Yep. We're done for now, but we hope to see you next week.
And hopefully things can only get better.
Yeah. Yep, we're hoping.
But as far as today's news, stories, and... yeah, stories. Just 2 stories. That's all we really had today.
Yeah.
Links in the sidebar.
Yep.
You can hit subscribe. Maybe not. I don't know.
Oh, please hit subscribe. We'd be very grateful.
Not
And-
that grateful. I mean, it'd be cool, but when you go kiss their feet or anything,
Well,
Paul will kiss your feet.
I might, but don't let that stop you if that creeps you out, because I won't be able to find you. So,
Paul will find you, and he will kiss your feet. It's
course.
probably, on the other hand, a bad idea to subscribe.
oh, don't say that. We need all the subscriptions we can get. Well, anyways, from us here at VNN, see you later.
Wanna roll with the gangsters, but so far they all think I'm too wide and nerdy. Think I'm just too wide and nerdy. Think I'm just too wide